DJ NTV.
Between the Nnamdi Kanu of the old and the Nnamdi Kanu of 21st October. The only thing I discerned, I could see, was that he has lost a lot of weight. I think everybody noticed that. So I do believe that the loss of weight has a whole lot to do with the conditions of his detention in Nigeria, which is very restrictive and uncomfortable and very degrading. And I think also it's indicative of what he passed through in Kenya when he was renditioned there in late June 2021. The DSA's facility is, a poster exemplar of what detention facilities in Nigeria are like in terms of inadequacy of medical facilities. I don't believe that DSA's facility has the competence or the medical competence to take care of his medical condition, which we consider life-threatening. What happened was that, it took a little while before they brought him inside. So when they brought him inside, it wasn't in chains. If you recall, on 29 June 2021, when they presented him subsequent to the rendition, he was in chains, he was in manacles, and that's unconstitutional. You shouldn't be doing that to suspects. Nigerian Constitution says you shouldn't. The Supreme Court of Nigeria said you shouldn't. So anyway, on 21st October, they didn't. So he wasn't in manacles, he wasn't in handcuffs. So he walked freely inside the confines of the courtroom, and, he received salutations from his counsel and gathered other people who were in the court, and we had opportunity to have photo opportunities with him. We snapped pictures with him, and it was a more relaxed atmosphere from what it was the last time he wasn't presented in court. It wasn't raucous, it wasn't noisy, and only few people were, of course, allowed inside the courtroom, and I believe challenges we have to these charges, which will come up on the 10th of November. You have asked me this question now about the press conference that was done by the Attorney General on Friday. It's quite surprising that a day after these hearings, I think it was a day after or 2 days after, the Attorney General saw the occasion to address a press conference that is diametrically removed from what happened in court. You see, Attorney General should be reminded that, despite his duality of role under Nigerian Constitution, he's also the Attorney General of everybody. His job is not regime protection. His job is to uphold the law and see that justice is done to every Nigerian citizen, and even foreigners who happen to find themselves in Nigeria. What he appears to be saying on Friday is akin to saying that the witch cried at night and the baby died in the morning. Therefore, the witch killed the baby. You see, he read off all these allegations without substance. He never presented any evidence. And we have this particular one concerning the NSAS protest. We had commissions of inquiry across the country, particularly in Lagos, and I think they had one in Imo State as well that I know personally about, and there was nothing from any of these commissions of inquiry that returned an indictment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or IPOB in the aftermaths of the NSAS protest. So that accusation was made in bad faith, and it's intended to poison the minds of the public and also to prejudice the mind of the court as well. It's a highly prejudicial interview, and we are studying the contents to see whether there is going to be any legal reactions that should come from our side.
Okay, we never finish with the accusation where Malami knocked for Nnamdi Kanu death. He also told say on 21st October 2020, your client do online calling radio program for when using Radio Biafra to instigate IPOP members and end such.
Wait, listen, I understand the question. You see, this matter is sub judice.
I want to break it down.
No, I can't allow us to go into an excursion of what is before a competent court of law in Nigeria. If the Attorney General doesn't want to keep the rules of sub judice, this is a matter before the court. If he has any evidence that our client was caught up in any wrongdoing or criminality, he should know better than anybody else that the proper forum for presentation of that evidence is a court of law, not calling press conferences. So if the Attorney General is preempting the Nigerian judiciary, if the Attorney General is disrespecting the Federal High Court, I will not play that game and stay here and disrespect the Federal High Court. I will wait for him to come before the court with any evidence that he claims to possess so we can meet him in court toe to toe. If there was any radio program, a respected medium like BBC could have been aware of it more than my humble self. So if the Attorney General monitored any radio program, I think there was something about a radio program that was monitored in Enugu, not in Abuja. And you begin to wonder, what is Nnamdi Kanu doing, facing a Federal High Court in Abuja? He should be facing a Federal High Court in Enugu. So there are just so many issues here bordering on prosecutorial misconducts of the extreme degree, and these things will be ventilated better within the confines of where we have the privilege of ventilating these things, which is the courtroom. I should not be seen to be subjecting or succumbing to these antics by the Attorney General of subjecting Nnamdi Kanu to a media trial. You said the press conference was on Friday. Today is Saturday. So I'm telling you, we are studying the contents of the press conference to see whether it is necessary for us as lawyers to join issues with him in the media or to wait for him in open court. Well, that brings me to the constitutional action that I brought on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu before the High Court of Abia State. That action, as you all know, is called Fundamental Rights Action. And same Attorney General has filed an application before the High Court of Abia State requesting for extension of time to respond. So why did he now turn around, instead of responding to the suit that I filed in Abia State or filing whatever he has before the High Court in Abuja? Now he turns around to come before the media to be spewing out all these accusations that lack substance and material evidence. So that is the question. The question, again, I'll repeat, is if the Attorney General has something that he believes to be cogent and material, he has a forum where he should present those things, and that forum is not before the Nigerian public, but before the courts of the land, which are now considering the various processes that are ongoing. Regarding these accusations by the Attorney General that Nnamdi Kanu instigated certain killings, including that of Dr. Akunyele and the APC chieftain and the others, the unrest that we have in Anambra State at this point in time. That's what I think he's referring to. I am here to tell you that we have charges in open court. The Attorney General have filed charges that don't contain these allegations. So I think the best place to address these allegations, or if he has any evidence, is the courtroom before the Federal High Court. Coming to the Nigerian public to begin to adduce new allegations that are different from what is before the court, I think is improper.
No.
Well, you see, there are more important issues in Nigeria than elections. Elections can come and go, but those issues will remain. The issues are clear, that a lot of people who are Nigerians are no longer happy being Nigerians. It doesn't make them unpatriotic. It doesn't make them criminal. One of the ways citizens express their unhappiness with the system or with how their country is going is by engaging in agitations. And my clients happen to be engaged in agitation. And that agitation is informed by their right to self-determination, which is not a crime. I don't think criminalizing the demand of a people, of millions of people. You see, this is beyond IPOB. The restiveness in this country is also rampant in the western part of the country. And parts of the north are also restive. I'm not talking about the terrorists in the north, but civil restiveness. So it indicates an overall unhappiness that is coming from vast majority of Nigerians with the way things are, with the way the system is structured. And that is something that does not deserve a bullet. It does not deserve prosecution, which is now turning to be a persecution. What it deserves is dialogue, civil engagement, constructive engagement. That's the only way you get to the position where everybody will be comfortable with an arrangement for a new Nigeria that would ensure equity and social justice for all. If somebody is saying, I want out, I don't want to be a Nigerian anymore, he's not committing any crime. And that is why you see this slew of nations around the world being very understanding of the matter and offering political asylum to members of IPOB. Number one is Britain. You see, if what IPOB is doing is illegal, is criminal, why would a major power like United Kingdom consider that IPOB members are entitled to asylum in UK? You see, the basic requirement for asylum all over the world is guided by this. Anybody that possesses a well-founded fear of persecution, simply because he possesses, he subscribes to a political opinion the government of the day is wishing to suppress by means of punishment of some sort, that qualifies you for protection, for refugee status, for asylum status. IPOB members have been found across the world as a people that possess a legitimate political opinion, which is self-determination, that the government of the day is wishing to suppress by means of punishment of some sort. That is what we are dealing here. It's bigger than any election. And anybody that is asking you for a referendum is conducting himself within the framework of the law. He's not asking for war. You shouldn't face him with war. Referendum is a civil demand, and it had produced very good results in the past. Within the Federation of Nigeria itself, it was a referendum that created the fourth region of Midwest. And outside of it, it was a referendum that they took western part of Cameroon from Nigeria and gave it to Cameroon, and took the former Sadana province of Cameroon and gave it to Nigeria, the present-day Adamawa and parts of Taraba states. So what we are talking about here is not a situation that requires the government to prioritize the levying of violence against the people that are not violent.
Thank you so much for staying with us till the very end of this video. Do not forget to go a step further if you've not done so. Please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Also, do not forget to like and share this video. Do follow us on all our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also check out our website at www.djmtv.news. Guess what, guys? From the 1st of August 2021, DJMTV offers you an opportunity to report your event from where you are on our channel. We call it Report Yourself to the World. You want to be a part of this great program? Then please click on our bio, send us a message, and we'll give you details on how to report yourself to the world. Till I come your way again with another exciting edition of DJMTV Daily News Update, I remain your host, Lawuru Favor.
Yeah.
DJMTV. DJMTV.
People don't say no, they don't like us.
Welcome to DJMTV.
DJMTV. DJMTV. DJ ATV. DJ ATV.
Some of the delegates and ask them questions.
DJ ATV. DJ ATV. DJ ATV. DJ ATV.